Hey everyone, we did it. We made it to double digits, episode 10, and if you've been drawing with me, I'm very proud of you. It takes a lot of courage to stick to a commitment like this, and I am unapologetically proud of myself too. Whenever I start a new hobby, typically it only lasts a couple of days. Anyway, today we are practicing the aspect of creating more complicated structures by breaking down simpler shapes. And our first and most obvious shape is obviously going to be a circle, which we will turn into a sphere and then cut it in half. I've been a bit cheeky and I've looked forward through our lessons, and I believe one of the final ones is to draw a 3D skull with correct shading, and I believe that's going to basically involve drawing a couple of different shapes, predominantly a sphere, grafting them together and then almost chiseling parts of them away to form the intricacies of the finer details of the skull, eye sockets, jaw, that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to that. It seems impossible right now, but then so did what we're drawing now, which our second shape will be a cylinder and the third a cube, and that's all we're doing. We're cutting them in half, as that's the kind of technique we're going to be using in every single drawing we use moving forward. And what I think this 30 days drawing challenge has really proven is that even though things might seem impossible, if you put enough patience and time into it, you can do it. Anyone can draw. The hardest part is just believing in yourself, which until recently I haven't had much of. So to cut a sphere in half is quite simple, because as we've been drawing them recently, we just start with a circle, and the technique we've been using to show that it's 3D is actually going to be the outline of where we cut it in half. So if we draw that oval inside of the sphere, all we need to do is basically treat that inner oval at the edges. So for the time being, I'm going to be keeping that outer circle intact, but we're going to highlight the new edges of our half sphere, I guess it's called. And be honest, am I getting better at drawing circles? Right answer is only. So I think it's pretty obvious that this is now a half sphere, and we're going to take it one step further and colour it in to give it a bit more depth, and using a couple of different colours rather than just black and white. And I guess I'll make this my thumbnail. I've been pretty bad at thumbnails so far, but you've got to keep on trying and getting better, right? And this part may seem quick, and that's because it is. After looking at the total time of this episode, it was far too long, so I decided to take this part of the video and speed it up by 8 times. I think you don't need to know how to colour in a circle, so let's just gloss over that. And I think that actually looks pretty good. I could probably do with a bit more depth in terms of colour, but I think we certainly get the impression across. Now, this cylinder is going to be a bit more interesting and different to what we used to, but we're going to be using the same technique as we did yesterday, where we marked the halfway points in shapes to break down the shape a bit, and then we can commit to it by drawing new lines where the edges of this half shape will be. So there's that cylinder, and I'm going to be doing all of the structural lines in it, even the ones that we shouldn't be able to see, because that's going to assist us in marking out where the halfway points are. So if we cut that oval in half, we're then able to draw directly downwards. And if you think about it, if you were to cut a cylinder in half and have the fresh side facing you, it would just look like a rectangle. So that's exactly what we're going to draw by linking up all these new structural lines. And all we need to do is purely highlight the new lines. The existing ones we're not removing, and ordinarily you would erase the lines that you have removed. But in this case, we'll just keep them faded and pale and really highlight the remaining structure, like so. And this goes to show you that your initial drawings don't need to be perfect, because at some point we'll be going over them anyway. And all I'm going to do is add a bit of shading and texture to our fresh line to highlight that it's no longer a complete cylinder, it's cut in half. Super simple, but even so, quite an important fundamental to learn. One thing I have been interested in is, what should I do when these 30 days are over? What would you like me to draw? Should I just be drawing full pictures, start to finish, and submit less frequently? Or would you like me to do something else for the entirety of February? Let me know what you think. So for our third and final shape, this is probably going to be the easiest one. We are going to cut a cube in half using the exact same technique. Maybe I should have started with this one, but let's end with a bit of confidence. So I have redrawn a cube with all of its invisible structural lines, and we're going to do the same thing as a cylinder, not that, but show those halfway points, attach them all together, and then highlight the remaining edges, like so. This just proves that literally anyone can do these lessons, and I'm hoping by the last day of January we'll all get to the point where we can confidently draw whatever we like. We'll just put these final edges with a strong dark colour and then shade the final shape. Thank you everyone for joining for this video. I hope everyone learned something, and hopefully you were able to draw alongside me. I hope everyone has an amazing day tomorrow, an amazing day today. Thanks. Bye.